Most people who own an oscillating tool know the pain of running out of sandpaper right in the middle of a project. You're halfway through sanding down a table, and suddenly the grit is gone, the edges are fraying, and you're stuck. That is exactly where this 60-piece set from HEMUNC tries to step in. It is a massive stack of triangle pads, and honestly, having that many on hand changes the workflow entirely. You get a full range of grits, starting from a coarse 40 for stripping away old finish, all the way up to a 240 for that final, smooth-as-glass touch. What stands out right away is the sheer volume. Getting 10 of each grade means you aren't going to be rationing your supplies. The material itself is aluminum oxide, which is pretty standard for this kind of work, but it feels decent enough. It's got that familiar reddish-brown look, and it holds up surprisingly well against hardwoods like oak or pine. You can really lean into the tool without the paper disintegrating after 5 minutes, which is a common headache with cheaper alternatives. The size is the standard 3 1/8 inches, so if you have a typical triangle pad on your multi-tool, these are going to snap right on without any fuss. Now here is the thing about these bulk packs. While the paper itself is solid, the backing is just paper, so you do have to be mindful of how much heat you're building up. If you're pushing the tool too hard for too long, the adhesive on the pad can get a little tired. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to keep in mind if you're doing heavy-duty sanding for hours on end. Also, because you're getting such a large quantity, the storage can be a bit of a mess if you don't have a dedicated spot for them. They don't come in a fancy organizer, just a pack, so you might find yourself with loose sandpaper floating around your workbench if you aren't careful. But look, for the price, it's hard to argue with the value. You're essentially paying pennies per sheet, and for someone who does a lot of DIY furniture restoration or general woodshop tasks, that convenience is huge. It's one of those things you buy once, and then forget about for months, because you're never scrambling to the hardware store at the last minute. If you're looking for a professional-grade, industrial-strength abrasive that lasts for days, you might want to look elsewhere, but for the average person working on home projects, this is a really sensible way to keep the shop stocked. It's not going to change your life, but it will definitely save you a few trips to the store, and sometimes that's exactly what you need.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.